dominating this competition so far. He is your overall leader, but there's a new man right behind him, and that's Brent Fikowski, the professor.
New man doing old things that he used to do. Brent Fikowski has 2 third-place finishes to his name. It started yesterday with the pig chipper outside in North Park. And again to start off this morning in the same place doing a similar test when it came to alpaca redo. So 2 third-place finishes, a great finish this morning. Brent Fikowski is doing classic Fikowski things at the moment.
Overall standings after 4 tests. Roman Krenikov is the only man with more than 300 points. He has 2 test wins, has yet to finish outside the top 5. And it is close after that. 31 points separate Brent Fikowski from Jeff Adler in 8th.
And we go from a long, grueling outdoor event to a fast, nasty test. One of the most intense tests we have this weekend. Kalski sandbag squats, 30-30, 20-20 with a 200-pound sandbag.
Recipe for success is delivered by Trifecta.
If you want to win this test, you must go unbroken on the squats. And how do you do that? Tip the cat to the squat gods and say, I'll see you on the other side.
Let's go down to Mike Arsenault.
Sean, thanks for taking your sweet time with that introduction. This is what the athletes will be embarking on, getting the sandbag to their shoulder, 200 pounds for the men, and then at some point they'll have to take their arm off. Man, that is extraordinarily heavy. 30 squats, we did the sandbag lift. Last year got up to 340 pounds, 200 pounds today, 30 squats, and if it's any bit as tiring as 1 rep for me, we're in for some excitement here in test number 5.
Mike Arsenault just selling out for his work, and we really appreciate the effort, Mike. Thank you. Go take a break.
Very method.
9 men will be on the competition floor for this opening heat. Cole Griesaber is in lane number 6. He does have a test win, but right now, 31st place overall. We're cutting down to the top 30 after the final test tonight.
Just on the outside, looking in, but with that test win, very high-skilled, very different test. But Cole has got some strength in those legs, and he's going to put it to the test right here.
We start with a 30-calorie ski, and we were talking to competition director Adrian Bosman earlier today, and he said, look, if you're going to have any chance of being competitive, you've got to go unbroken on all of these.
You got to go unbroken on the squats if you want to work your way up the leaderboard. But with this ski, he also said this is a big part of the intensity that you need to have a successful run at the test. But what you need to be careful of is that you don't dip too far into the red on the ski before you get to the bag.
There's 100 total scored repetitions, and we will have the calories updating on the top of your screen on the scoring hat. Leader's name will be on the far left. Number in the white box will indicate how many calories and reps that man has amassed, and the number in the white box next to everyone else's name will indicate how many reps or calories by which they trail the leader. The Sam Quant is just about done with his ski. And Quant will be the first man off.
And Quant needs this. He is not having the weekend anybody thought he would have, including himself. And one thing about this ski, Sean, is when you have to have that overhead one-arm support, that ski is going to tax all those muscles you are using to support the bag. So not only are your legs getting blasted by the sandbag, but there is no rest for that one arm you are using to secure the bag on your shoulders.
Alex Vigneault right behind Sam Quant. Cole Griesaber and Jake Douglas swapping 3rd place right now. You can schedule a no-cost 15-minute evaluation to find out if a Rosti treatment is right for you. Get pain-free. Now available across the U.S. Scan the QR code to get started. Sam Quant now with 10 reps remaining here on this first set of squats. Then he'll go back to the skier. He'll advance forward and complete 20 calories.
The other part of this is the fear of having to drop the bag and do an entire clean to get it back on the shoulders. A 200 bag is so incredibly heavy.
And Sam Quan is done. So Quan back to the ski, now 20 calories.
Sean, this is the nastiest part of the entire test. I think it's these 20 calories on the ski erg as far as intensity is concerned. And the reason is that you just did 30 and 30. Just dropping 10 is really not enough to feel much of a reprieve from what you just did. So these 20 cals, not only are they gonna be tough, but since it's only 20, it forces you to keep the intensity higher than you would want to.
Top two on the screen, Jake Douglas on the left out of Australia, making his first career appearance here at the CrossFit Games, and Sam Quant on the right. Both of these men right now on the wrong side of the cut line. Douglas comes in dead last in 39th, and Sam Quant is in 32nd. Sam Quant now with just one final calorie to go. He'll go back to the bag now, 20 squats.
I'm curious if he switches sides. He had it on the left shoulder on the 30. And yeah, puts it over to the right shoulder for the set of 20. Good move by Quant. If anybody's curious how heavy this is, go to your buddy, throw him over your shoulder if you can. Try not to fall over, and then rip off one squat and tell me how that feels.
There's 90 kilos in that bag, 200 pounds. Jake Douglas is now on to his final set of squats, but Sam Quant is just about done. He only has 7 reps remaining. And 5 final reps for Sam Quant, who's looking to get back on track here and get inside the cut line. Last rep here for Sam Quant. He is done, and Sam Quant takes heat 1. 4:34.75 seconds for Quant. Now Jake Douglas looks to be the next man to finish. Douglas is done. The Douglas second place in the heat. 5:05.72 seconds for Douglas. And Fabi Benito, your leader on the floor, he's 4 reps shy of finishing. And he is in. That's Kayike Servani. He's trying to keep that bag balanced and has to dump it. Cole Sager is in. One of the 3 men here making his 10th straight appearance at the CrossFit Games, and now 15 seconds to go before we hit the time cap. Servani will get across with a couple seconds to spare, and that will do it for heat number 1, and it's Sam Quant who sets the top mark at 4:34.75 seconds.
Sam Quant just didn't break form, didn't break stride, didn't break pace, just end to end. It was so consistent. And we said this is a very high intense test, but it doesn't mean full send from the start. But we did say unbroken or bust. Quant did just that and set a good time to beat for the next 3 heats.